Dear brother, we have not seen each other for ages. I hope you have not forgotten my existence. In these decisive days I am writing to you, for you are more than a next of kin. You are the most intimate friend of mine. You must come and visit my place to behold and feel with your own eyes the things that were beyond comprehension not long ago. You will be as shocked as I was for the first time. The essence of the problem is the tuning of the inner frequency. They did not know this for sure. Imagine what great sources for your new book you will find in this. The work of my life is done now. The major experiment that opens new horizons for the human perception. In these particular days, I need your presence more than ever. I am sending this message by express mail. Please, find a way to come as soon as possible. I will give you all the details upon your arrival.
I meet you with an unpleasant piece of news. Yesterday, between 7 and 8 o'clock, your brother suddenly, not answered the phone calls for a long time. Suddenly, you will be announced. Take the keys to the apartments. It is an irreparable loss. He badly wanted to see you.
Understanding that I will never return. Thus, if you are listening to this record, this means that I have left this world. So far, I've managed to get there only for a short period. Often the return was an anguished procedure, and I swore off to plunge anymore. Nevertheless, it is impossible to withstand the curiosity of a pioneer explorer. And what is more important, it seems like I am a hostage of the machine. Human language cannot portray that place. It is attractive and frightening at the same time. There are heart-dear places, but at the same time, the atmosphere is alien to human beings. And after all, I believe those feelings are an essential part of us. I am warning you of attempts to repeat my experiment and ask you, as my brother, to make sure that my work will not receive publicity. Burn all the notes and destroy all the facilities except the capsule. It must be saved. Let it be just a piece of metal for you. I cannot tell you more. You are the only heir of my house and property according to my will. Furthermore, do not forget an important thing. The 6th of June. I finished the assembling of the first 2 amplifiers. I calculated how many vacuum tubes I need. Peter, my second assistant, who takes part in the assembling process, has broken up some tubes today. I will need to borrow some money from Heller again because of my financial distress. When my visitors see the organophone, they start asking useless questions as if I'm giving music lessons. It will be reasonable to hide it behind the curtain. How primitive is their train of thought. The 9th of June. The work is in full swing. Steaming engine has become an object of my attention. It required a certain revision for powering the amplifiers from its power supply. It is positively impossible to use the town's power circuit. Unstable voltage and noises, those bloody noises. After all, it may be a big hazard. The 23rd of June. Some visitors from the university appeared. Something concerning my grant. I had to hustle them out. I met Elizabeth at the front door. She told me that 2 old women who had lived above my apartment moved unfortunately yesterday. They were saying that the building had been cursed. When I asked what was this curse like, she said the old women complained about permanent anxiety, confusion, and migraines. I expressed in my opinion that in their old age, things may go even worse, but admitted to myself that recently I had turned on the organophone quite often, and it is the time to think about proper acoustic insulation. The 26th of June. I've recommenced my bicycle rides in the evening. I turn on the light in the greenhouse less frequently. I don't need to worry about the plants now. The 4th of July. Tonight a diving bell was delivered. I went out to meet them. The weather was awful, a cloudburst with strong wind. Luckily, they managed to mount it up the stairs, and the doorway appeared to be wide enough. A person from the university called me. I missed my lecture. It was for the first time in my life. The 19th of July. It is still gloomy. The barometer is falling. I feel bloody ill, but I cannot put off my work. Paul and Peter helped me to install the oscillator. After short doubts, we decide to embed bars in the floor. Some books about ancient beliefs of the West Caucasus tribes were delivered, and a work of one English anthropologist who had been living there for 6 years. It is doubtful that I will find out anything new there. The 5th of August. It was clear from the very beginning that we must cool the amplifiers somehow. Overheating may lead to bad consequences, especially during the work of the capsule's oscillator. I have chosen water cooling at the moment. It's a safe and reasonably priced method. The valves may adjust the fall. All the amplifiers work hazard-free if the number of turns for each valve is 5222. The first canal is the primary one, so it demands the strongest head. The 14th of August. I sold some furniture and silverware. Peter told me in a considerate way that I look haggard. I cannot see this myself because there are no mirrors in the house anymore. The capsule is almost finished. I'm going to do an anticipatory test in a couple of weeks. The 27th of August. There is a miscalculation, I guess. I am nearly giving way to despair. At least 1 month of working for nothing. One of the amplifiers combusted. I've taken the Tutsin extract and come to my senses. The 3rd of September. Everything is in vain. The miscalculations are somewhere in the theoretic computations. To tell the truth, I am not sure that my project is perfect, but God is my witness. I have not attempted to make the construction cheap and simple. How could I trust those threadbare stones and unconvincing legends when many thousands of years had passed and many civilizations had come and gone? No, definitely no. The golden age of humankind passed. In our world, one's consciousness is doomed to be only a part of the medular substance being cut by the surgeon's scalpel easily. I met our parents on Tuesday. They looked just like they had been during our memorable ferry trip. There is no return. Our memory and experience are what make our very self. After every immersion, a small part of the personality stays there, meeting the memories of the past that begot it. Mother's eyes were looking at me again, and it was not just an empty image or a face from a photograph. I saw comprehension in her eyes and understood that she saw me as well. The separation process is out of control. It is too late to change anything when the scope of the things happening becomes clear. Inner conflicts materialize, archetypes overwhelm, and the ego drowns in an ocean of uncertainty. I remembered the kindness and care they had given us in our childhood. When I returned, I felt very irritated and even said God knows what to my housekeeper, a very nice old woman. Wherefore is this world without youth, without loving and close persons?